We haven't talked too much about soulmates or that kind of idea. I was wondering what you thought about that. Yeah, what is that?
Well, very often you'll meet someone and you'll feel an extra resonance with them. And we've noticed, and this surprises people when they hear it from us for the first time, that it is as likely for your soulmate to be someone who just gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling that you've come home, as it is for you to find the soulmate who just makes you feel livid and angry. Because sometimes your soulmate is already in that place of alignment and sometimes not, or sometimes your soulmate is in alignment and you are not. So depending upon where you are along this emotional scale makes them feel the way they feel to you. And the reason we want you to hear that is that when you really want something, when you're not a vibrational match to it, it feels worse. In other words, a car that's going 100 miles an hour and hits a tree is a bigger problem than a car that goes 5 miles an hour and hits a tree. So your soulmate could feel fabulously to you or awful to you, depending upon where either one of you are in relationship to who you really are. Does that make sense to you? Now, it's interesting that you're new, because we're not going to give you the answer that we might have given you if you were here last year or the year before or the year before. We're going to give you the answer that is appropriate given this leading edge discussion that we're having here in relationship to this stream. So you're really going to like this. So you come forth as source energy and you bang around in this body and you have experiences which cause you to put things in your vibrational escrow. So without even knowing it, when you are very young, even the first day of your experience, you begin having interpersonal relationships and throwing your preferences over there into vibrational escrow. So for example, with Jerry and Esther, they came together late in their lives, so to speak. They've been together since 1976 is when they met, but both of them had lived a lot of life before that. And as they were living life apart from each other, each of them were having experiences with others and experiences with life that was causing them to identify who they really are. So a vibrational escrow for each of them was forming. And unbeknownst to either one of them, life was causing Esther to create a vibrational escrow that was the identical, or nearly so, vibration of the vibrational escrow that Jerry was in the process of creating. Now, what that means is both of them were source energy coming in and same vibration coming in. And as they each individually lived life and had exposure to experiences that took them away from who they really are, their desire to be who they really are kept getting thrown over there into their vibrational escrow. You getting a picture of this? So here they are, bipping along through life. You all are doing this individually, while who they really are, who they had each become, was over there being tended by source energy, calling them each to it. And as through different chains of events, each of them began to individually listen and follow their bliss, they ended up in the same place. And when they saw each other, they said, "Hello, do I know you? You feel very familiar. I never want to be away from you again." You see? So think about what a soulmate really is. It's you coming into alignment with that which you are calling soul. It's you coming into alignment with who you really are. And in the religious sense, it is certainly spiritual, soulmate. But in the secular sense, in terms of relationships, isn't it logical that the person, the lover that you are seeing as your soulmate, is someone who must be vibrationally compatible with that which is the heart of you, with that which you have become? So we want you to understand the only thing that is necessary for any of you to find your soulmate is for you to first mate with your own soul. In other words, you've got to close that gap. And it's an interesting thing because it's a very frequent thing that someone will be banging around and they will go to Alcoholics Anonymous or something, and they'll get turned around and they will come into vibrational alignment with who they are, and they will feel so much better as they come into alignment with who they are, and they temporarily don't really have access to their soulmate because their soulmate's still over there making amends to the people they have wronged. In other words, you can't come into vibrational alignment with someone who's on a different vibrational frequency. And that's why we say sometimes your soulmates feel like the best thing that's ever happened to you, and sometimes they feel like the worst thing that's ever happened to you, depending upon where either one of you are in relationship to who you really are. For a new person, you really ask a leading edge question.
Thank you.